and welcome back to another episode of The Couch Show.
What up, what up?
Welcome. If you're new to the channel, let me introduce you. Siblyn Rivalray, I'm Lynn.
I'm Ray.
I haven't mirrored my camera yet.
Way?
I'm pointing the wrong direction.
Oh, yeah, I'm pointing the right direction.
Yeah.
You just point at the opposite direction that you were looking at. Woo.
Let's see. Wait, no, it is mirrored because I can see. All right, never mind. Not even.
Oh my goodness. Confusion already. Technical difficulties early in the morning. Bro, it's Tuesday. Yo, Tuesday got here quick, man. From Thursday?
It sure
Tuesday,
did.
Thursday?
Weekend.
Yeah, so let's recap the weekend. What did you do?
So my babies left this weekend. This was I want to say Saturday morning, the last one left. So since Saturday, I've been child free and I've just been doing whatever I feel like doing. It's awful. I had this whole plan. I was like,
on me.
I'm gonna be so responsible. Nope.
That's what she's been doing. She's been flaking on me.
I've been staying up late, sleeping in.
Hey, for the record, by the way, that's two. That's two. I'm keeping track. That's two.
That's
flakes.
Twice that I've flaked on you.
Yes. The last time you flaked on me, there was a band I wanted to go see. I mean, I still want to go see them, so I don't know why I'm hating, but I'm just like, damn, you flaking.
I did. It's funny because when I got your message, I was like, I don't really want to go out. I was like, no, that's what he's expecting. I'll go. Let's do it.
You know what's funny though?
I even got dressed. I was even dressed. I was like, oh, I have a cute outfit on. My hair looks good. I'm gonna have a great time. And it was time to leave, and I was like, I don't really want to go out.
You know what's funny? I'm giving you shit, but I didn't want to go out either. I was just like, I just wasn't feeling it. Like, I was just like, because I was fasting and whatever, and I was just like, oh, I'm not really having the energy for this. But I was like, but they're all ready. Everybody's going, and I gotta go. And then you sent me the message. Right? I was like, I don't want to go. You're like, I'm flaking. I was like, cool. And then instead of me saying like, me too, I was like, I'm gonna make you feel bad about it. Oh, that was hilarious. Yeah, no, I didn't want to go either. But it sucks too because Morristown is dope. I like Morristown.
Yeah,
it's a good time.
Honestly, what I didn't want to do was the drive. I didn't want to drive.
Yeah, I know. I figured too. I was like, you know what? You probably don't want to do the drive. So I was like, next time, if anything, I'll have to be like, look, just come to my place, and then we'll drive from there. Yeah. And that way, it's like a 30-minute drive for you. Like, you come to my place, and then I'll drive there, and then I'll drive back, and then that way you'll be like, yeah, okay, we'll go. But I think
this whole grand idea. I was like, oh, let me invite people. So I invited like 4 people, and no one could go. I was like, well, I guess I'll bring Henna. So I brought Henna, and he was ready to go, and I was just like, yeah, we're not going.
You're not going. Listen, that's why I knew you were gonna do that. That's why I was like, yo, bring people so we could go.
I was like, oh, that's a good idea. And I even like started creating like a flyer, and then I was like, wait, I'm doing too much. Let me just send a text.
No, you should have done the flyer. Maybe people would have gone like more.
That's so funny that you didn't go out. I honestly thought like
I was on my way there.
You were just gonna go out anyway, I was like, oh, he's not even gonna miss me. He'll be fine.
No, that's so. Earlier, I sent you the text, and I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna be late," because I was just like, I wasn't feeling good. I was just like, "Oh man," which is crazy because like earlier, I was so excited, I was pumped, I was ready. I was like, "Yo, let's do this," and then something came over me. I don't know what it was. I'm still kind of feeling like, eh.
You gotta swab your nose.
Probably. I probably got the COVID.
That's probably all it'll be is a sniffle.
Oh shit. See?
So I went shopping yesterday. I got a pipe.
Yeah, you're tapping into your Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I thought it was so cool. I also bought a bong because the whole reason I went to the store was because my first bong broke recently, and it was totally avoidable because I had left it outside. And I saw it twice, and I was like, "Oh, I have to bring that in. I have to bring that in." And the third time, it was on the floor. That was my fault. So I finally went out. I grabbed a new bong, and I also grabbed this pipe because they had it in the little window display area.
Freaking straight up look like Gandalf over here.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Gandalf.
It actually works really well. It stays lit. This part like warms up. It stays lit. So you just
What are you doing too much, man? Just get yourself the vape. I told you that. The little vape, charge it up. You set the temperature. Bam. Clean it out. Bam. Like, you're doing way too much.
you actually went as far as getting me a vape.
I did, and you don't even use it.
And I have it close by. And you know what? I haven't really been using it. It's just been sitting there collecting dust.
Yeah, the one I got, I love that one because you could like set the temperature,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like you can see it. You can see how much battery you got left, and it's just listen. You can do that anywhere. Nobody knows you're doing what you're doing. You're just like, oh, you're vaping. Okay,
Right.
I do that every time we go to the water park. I'm like, vaping. That's why when you guys came and you were like, did you want to? I was like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm there. I'm good.
You know what? I really I had come away from smoking flowers, and I was really, heavy on the edibles. I did have a couple vapes, and just through my travels, I was, finding some awesome edibles. I was trying different things. But I started smoking flowers again in the Bahamas trip I took. And it's just a different experience. And I've gravitated towards that recently. I learned how to roll. I'm like, yeah, I'm official. I know how to roll. So I've been like practicing, my rolling, trying to master that. But you know what? I don't want to consume, the tobacco part, and that's the downside to
That's
rolling.
why vaping is good because all it does it's like putting it in the oven. It's just the fumes of it. It's not like all that other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I read
I mean,
online. I was
it's
like,
fun,
vaping is
exploring the different
best way to
options
do
that you
it.
have, the different ways that you can consume.
I just put some of this in my tea.
Oh, nice.
Shh, don't tell nobody.
Is that
So
oh my god, I've been seeing the ads now. Something mush. It's like fun mush or something like that.
it's muscaria. I mean, I can't say it. Can you see that? You say it. You're more authentic than me.
Amanita?
Yeah.
Amanita muscaria extract.
Yeah. So like you get this because it's ceremonial. So like you could buy it and it comes in the mail. Like you're not supposed to consume it.
Right on. Okay, so how do you consume? You said in a tea.
Yeah, that's the way I prefer it.
Nice. You know what's crazy is that was my thought about the pipe. After a few pulls, I was like, wow, this kind of feels like I'm, smoking tea.
Mm.
That was kind of cool. It had like a different taste, I don't know, different palate.
But I like taking tea because tea has like various different properties. So like ginger and like turmeric helps your like circulation, like helps your blood and all that. So like I'm starting to like really dig into that, like being like an alchemist. Like I know what ails you. I know what you need. Oh man, I didn't even go on
teas
YouTube
are
to see World
awesome.
Live.
And I think usually when we start out with teas, a lot of us start with like evening teas, like chamomile, something that helps you sleep. At least that was the journey for me. And then after that, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And I learned that like citrus teas kind of like liven you up, and that's more like a morning and a daytime tea.
Because of all our technologies and all the stimulants that we have throughout the day, it's always like I advise everybody to just take some kind of tea to relax you so you can sleep better at night. Because they say like the blue light, and a lot of us we drink coffee, and it's just plus the sugars in our diet. If you're drinking a soda drink or whatever, it's just like we're so lively. That's why a lot of people when they try to lay down, they can't fall asleep. Yeah. They're like, why do I gotta paddle just to go to sleep? But you do something like that, like you said, a chamomile tea or something with what's the other one? Ashwagandha and was it melatonin? As
Yeah,
like all the
melatonin.
stuff that help you like relax and just off. Also, there's like a night version of CBD that you could take too, that helps you fall asleep.
Yeah, and I mean that's why they also say like indicas are an evening kind of thing. I think it's just a personal preference, you know. But
See,
indica,
but I would not advise smoking weed right before you want to go to bed, because what I heard is like you can't go into that deep sleep. Like you can't get into those deep RPM sleeps.
I wouldn't
So
advise
don't
it
ask me why.
before bed.
That's what I read about that and I heard about that.
I wouldn't advise it before bed because I feel like I still feel heavy and tired when I wake up.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yes.
like there's almost like a crash from sleeping.
Right. So the best thing to do, it's
So I'm
almost
just
like eating. They say like don't eat like 3 hours prior to bed, and it's the same thing. I wouldn't do anything like that like 3 hours prior to bed. So that's just my advice. It's just advice.
As you sip your tea.
Take it
3
as you
hours,
will.
guys. 3 hours.
It's just advice. Just do as you will. Do as you will.
I actually got a new strain. Hey Tadashi, welcome. I got a new strain.
I think Tadashi's saying, "Wow, damn!" When you leaned forward, you're like showing all your tatas
I
to
need
the
to
world,
grab
lady.
my water.
Shit, if we had super chats, that shit would have been like flying up the freaking thing. Everybody be like, "Damn, your tatas are everywhere." Tadashi's not being shy. He's like, "Damn." That's exactly how he said it. It's right there. Damn.
Hey Ma, welcome to the stream. So
Hello, mother.
Both looking good.
I gotta tell my mother. This is a message to my mother. She should be very proud of her youngest grandchild because he is on his way to be a chef. He made dinner for all of us last night. He made Korean beef over white rice. Have you had that before?
So Rico was hanging out at your house last night and cooking?
No, not Rico. On my side. Come on, on my side.
You said the youngest. You said
the youngest. And I was like, yeah, I bet youngest on my side, not your side.
I was like, damn, he didn't even invite me. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, he made a Korean beef over white rice, and that shit was amazing.
That's
there's like a little bit left over in the fridge. And like it's for his mom so that she could try it, and I'm so tempted to eat it. I'm like, fuck, I might make some scrambled eggs and put that in there and eat it. Shit. Oh, it's so good.
So I wouldn't even question it. Savage. I would just go in like,
just went and done it.
So I got a new strain. It's called green caffeine. And you were talking about coffee.
Wait a minute. You went and you didn't restock me? You're my supplier.
I haven't seen you, but I've got stuff now.
Okay. Not that hybrid crap you've been getting, like the good shit, right?
Yeah.
All right, good. I had to go get some.
I got that, and I got some cookies.
I'll be around there Friday, so maybe I'll stop by.
You know what sucks is that like on my prescription, it doesn't actually say the full name of the strain. It does like an abbreviation. So I don't even know what kind of cookies. It's like SK cookies. I'm like,
Wait, you can get cookies at the dispensary? I thought it was just
they're
like
not cookies. That's the strain. That's like the
the
flavor, I guess.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right. Oh, I'm dropping stuff. All right, guys. Be right back.
All right. So is it just me then? I'm flying solo? All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you guys were up to this weekend. Any good movies? Let's talk about movies. What did I watch? Shoot. I watched the new Beavis and Butthead movie. That was hilarious. That was just like they just didn't fell off a beat. Like they just picked up right where they left off. And
there's a Beavis and Butthead movie?
Yeah, there's a new Beavis and Butthead movie. It's on Paramount. It's on Paramount Plus. So they got like Paramount has like Star Trek and South Park and Beavis and Butthead, and so yeah, we watched the new one, and it was pretty legit. It was hilarious. I thought it was gonna be like all.
I was like hanging out at my girlfriend's house, and she had like her children and a bunch of nephews around the house. And the one kid, he kept pulling his shirt up over his head. And I laughed. I was like, are you Canolio? And he was like, he just looked at me. He didn't know what the hell I was talking about. So
that was in the movie too.
I pulled up a clip, and then after that, they were all doing it. They were all just laughing, like
Cornelio. I need TP for my bogle.
Yeah.
And then, oh my God, so it's been a while since we saw like Beavis and Butthead, right? So they had to introduce like technology, the new technology, and like how they would interact with it. Okay. And there's like this whole funny like continuous joke in the movie where Beavis has like a bond with the iPhone because of Siri, and it is hilarious. But the way he calls it up, he's like, "Hey, Sirius," and then it's like it comes up, and then I really do believe that like they used actual Siri's like voice for the whole clip. Like when they would say something, like Siri like would respond, and they left that into like the movie. It's like hilarious. I was like, "Oh my God, this is hilarious."
That's great. It's
man,
great.
I swear.
It's so relatable. I'm so glad they did that.
And you know what? I'm glad that it was still able to keep its creativity, because comedy is dead now, right? Mm-hmm. Because of like the whole cancel culture and this whole being like woke and the narrative and all that crap. Like it's great to be able to see good comedy. It's good to see like good anything, man. Anything good, entertaining. It's good to see. Like I it's sad when you hear about like I don't know if you heard, but there's like a new Lord of the Rings that's coming out on Amazon, right? Mm-hmm. And like the trailer dropped, and people are downloading it, right? Mm-hmm. And so you see like the Twitter for like the official Twitter, the official Amazon Twitter for this show coming out. And they're like, "Oh, the racists are coming out and all this," and it's like they're attacking their own fans or the people that like they want to watch the show. It's like to me, it's mind-boggling how these people react. The same thing happened with Star Wars. Same thing happened with like was it what was that show that we were watching on HBO? I can't even think about it. The one everybody was all into.
Oh, Game of Thrones.
Yeah, so they're doing like a prequel new show, right? And the same thing happened on there. Like they can't take criticism. It's like, look, these are people who are diehard fans. They read the books, right? They've seen the movies, the previous movies, right? Or the previous show, whatever. These are diehard fans that you're attacking. And how, like, what do you expect who do you expect to watch your show? Or who do you expect? Like, you're defending your stance for people who are not even going to watch your show. Then you're muted. You're muted.
All right. So with companies, it sucks, but it always comes down to their bottom line. They're not thinking about it as, oh, hey, these are our fans, like they don't see the glass half full. They don't see like, hey, like, like there's still a demand for what we're putting out right now. Like we're on the right track. Those are the kind of signs they should be looking for. And instead they're like, oh, they're not going to pay for it. How dare they?
Well, yeah, it's like, how dare they not like our content? That's the thing that's really the narrative that they're saying. Or like, how dare they don't like the fact that we're stressing about this one particular character because of the message, either sex, race, or sexual orientation.
Gotcha. All right, so I misunderstood you the first time you said it. I thought it was more of a financial thing, like people bootlegging. Oh damn, that sucks too. Then like. Damn. Yeah, you're like brick. Oh no, I lost him altogether. He was like cutting in and out. I was gonna give him a moment, but I lost him altogether. I'm packing a bowl. All right, we'll give him a couple minutes. He'll be coming back. Upcoming years are gonna be hard for humanity. Tadashi. Let me pull that up. So upcoming years are going to be hard for humanity. Oh, Ray's coming back in. There you are. So I just pulled up a comment by Tadashi. Upcoming years are going to be hard for humanity. Ray and I have been talking about this because they say, hard times make strong men. And we haven't had hard times in a while. So, I agree with this, Tadashi. I think that, we're so comfortable with the way things are today that when we start seeing things like, these shortages on our shelves, and we're like concerned about providing food for our family. And, we start seeing, more and more stores close, and, the price of things going up, and suddenly we can't afford what we used to be able to afford. It's going to rock the boat for a lot of people. And I agree, it's going to be really hard for everyone to adjust. No one likes change. Everyone's always like,
It's
oh,
gonna,
I don't like
it's
things
also
to
it's also your mindset
go
too. You
ahead.
gotta think about the kind of like, all right, if you, it's how you handle stress. It's how you handle obstacles. So if you have a strong mindset, you'll be fine. You'll figure things out. You'll be able to adapt. You'll be able to overcome whatever's going on. It's the ability to adapt and overcome that's gonna make you stronger coming through what's happening. If you can't, then unfortunately, that's how life is. Life is meant to weed out the weak.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, we've been, not only have we been coddling, but we've been adapting our society around the weak. That's literally what everything is going on. It's like the 2% that is literally, 2% is what's being the loudest, it's getting the voice, and the 98% is being silent. And so now that hard times are coming, now we're going to see what people are made of. You're going to start seeing a lot of stuff fall by the wayside. Things that people used to fight about, people are not going to talk about that no more. And we're already starting to see that. People are talking about high gas prices because that's the biggest thing. Like, you need gas for everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people are talking about that. They're like, look, I'm voting with who's going to give me the cheaper gas. Simple as that. I don't
Yeah.
care about all your other politics. I'm voting for cheaper gas. Which ironically, I just saw a pop-up this morning saying that the Biden administration is looking to enact a state of emergency, to a global state of emergency for to push the whole like green initiative. So they're saying like climate control is a global emergency.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's looking to pass that. I don't know if he's going to write like an executive order or something. And so now they're going to push more of this stuff, which is just going to make gas prices go up even more higher.
I mean,
So they're saying right now,
not to mention, this is going to be our second global like initiative that we're hearing about in such a short period of time. And it's kind of scary. It goes back to like the Georgia guidelines, where it's like, are they really creating a new world order, and are we just kind of like sitting by and watching it unfold?
I mean, they're trying to, but you got these farmers, and you got all these. I mean, look at all these countries. All these countries are out protesting. I heard over the weekend Italy was out protesting.
Mm-hmm.
So you had Canada. You
see,
with
and
the
that's
truckers,
something that
right?
we don't hear. That's not on mainstream media. We don't know what's going on. The grassroots movements that are going on in the rest of the world.
But that, you know what? That's only going to be temporary because mainstream media is dying too. CNN's ratings are dropping. What they tried opening up CNN Plus, and that app died like in a week. They're dying. Their ratings are. Let's listen. You know what boosted up their ratings the last 4 years? It was Trump. Trump's gone. They got nothing. They have absolutely nothing, especially if they're going to be beating the drum of like, oh yeah, Biden is great. Biden is great. And the American people, not even the American people all around the world, they're seeing through this crap. Why? Because it's getting hit, their wallets are getting hit.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, how can you tell me everything is great when I go to the store and what I used to pay, $2 for is now almost $10? What was that? I saw a meme. They were like, man, the reimage for the new dollar is amazing. And it was a $20 bill.
Damn. Ouch.
So,
And like when you go to other countries, they have like coins that are $100, and like their dollar bills start at like $50. It's weird.
mm-hmm.
But that
So
just shows
inflation,
like,
there's no control
that
for inflation
dollar.
right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know why there's no control on inflation? Because nobody's acknowledging it right now. At least the Biden administration, that's not their initiative. That's not their primary concern right now. Their primary concern is to push this whole Green New Deal, this whole whatever green energy, this whole infrastructure. And listen, I can't knock it. It sounds great. Like, why wouldn't we want to be on an alternative energy? But right now is not the time to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like they're doing it because they're panicking because they don't think they're going to win in 2024. So it's like they're trying to push this, and it's like this is not what the people want. This is going to lead to your demise. So, I mean, it is what it is, and we'll see what happens in November.
What a lot of politicians do, you know, they run on the issues, and it's like with the administration, they're worried right now about the next election rather than, you know, creating the change that they have the opportunity to create right now.
And that's why I say that we got to stop electing politicians. We need to start electing leaders,
no
because the leader will know how to adapt and overcome when they see the current obstacle. They'll be like, look, the current obstacle is our economy. We got to focus on that. If we can't fix the economy, we ain't going to have a job come, you know, a few years from now.
Yeah.
Not even. We ain't going to have a job come this November, because they ain't going to be able to do anything. He's going to be a lame duck president, because they're going to lose the House because, listen, they're going to have people out there that's going to be like, hey, I can talk to the people because I understand what the people's problems are. It's so obvious. Oh, groceries are high. Gas is high. Hey, let's talk about how we can lower this. Oh, you got my vote. it's freaking. I don't get it, man. I really don't get it.
Tadashi says the whole world is going down.
You gotta change your mindset. You gotta be optimistic. I have faith. I still believe in the capacity of human beings. I really do believe that there's good in people. I see it all the time when I walk out. Just people, you hear stories, you know, those feel good stories of look at what was it? The one guy, there was a mass shooter in a mall or something, and another civilian had a gun on him, and he shot him. And like now, you know, I think whatever that city is, they gave him the key to the city, and they're like giving him like they're applauding him. And like, to me, that shows me like there's a lot more good people in this world that are just going silent. And I think that's the reason why we started to do this show, because it's like, listen, we get it. It's toxic. You know, there's the talk of, you know, the New World Order. There's the talk of World War III. There's all this negativity, but we got to start changing that mind shift and start being positive and start putting that positivity out there, you know? Yeah. Because I love it. I love it when I hear somebody wish for the best, prepare for the worst. Yes, I do believe that. And listen, with your mindset, Tadashi, you're already ready. You're already there. The fact that you have that minimalistic lifestyle and that minimalistic mindset, you're not going to feel the impact as much as people who want more, or people who need that instant gratification. Like the people who need that instant gratification, those are the people who are hurting. Those are the people who hurt during COVID because they couldn't go out, they couldn't party, they couldn't do this, they couldn't do that. Like think about the people who are just constantly like going out and just like having sex with anybody and just like, oh my God, this is the lifestyle I live. And then all of a sudden that just died, right? Because of COVID, right? It just, you can't do shit, right? They were just losing their mind. They actually had to sit at home and talk to themselves and actually be in their own heads. And a lot of these people, they look for that instant gratification because they want to get away from their heads, right? They have issues inside of them and they don't want to actually address that head on. So we're gonna see more of that. And I think the people who are strong-willed,
and I think some people too, you know, just being able to leave the house and get that fresh air was something that they were missing during, you know, everything with the quarantine.
But in the same sense,
and that's the reason why a lot of people end up taking like antidepressants, because they don't want to feel that. You know, they don't want to be in their own skin. Pretend like, hey, like those feelings don't exist. But the thing is, when you feel those emotions, that's how you heal from them. You know,
and that's exactly what you're talking about.
Go through it in order to, you know, overcome it and heal.
Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what I was talking about as far as like the people who actually medicate and the people who self-medicate. Because there's people who self-medicate with drugs, alcohol, sex, all that stuff, right? And you got to understand that the people who's going to survive whatever is coming up in the next few years is the people who are comfortable in their own self-skin, and the people who can adapt to any kind of environment. So you keep telling yourself that, like, look, I'm strong in anything. I'll figure it out, and you'll be fine. Like, I know me and Lynn, when COVID hit, we started getting food. We were packing up food, man. We were packing up food, and we were just like, yeah, we were good. We were just chilling. Yeah. You know? And then as soon as, like, I know at some point, as soon as Lynn kind of gauged the scenario and realized, all right, it's not as as bad as they're making it seem. She started traveling. I was like, you crazy. She was like, no,
Yeah.
I'm doing my thing. I'm not gonna be scared. I gotta live life. And that's another thing. It's like you gotta go into your fear head on. Any kind of fear you have to go head on. For example, me as being an introvert, one of my fears is being around people, right? I do get social anxiety, and I challenge that by going out head on. Like I go places, I go clubs, I love music. So that's another reason why it kind of motivates me to go head on. Like Lynn said it. She was like, she bailed on me. She was like, Ray probably went by himself. And
Yeah.
I was like, if I was 100% feeling 100%, I would have went by myself because that's what I do now. I go out because I gotta conquer that inner fear of just being around people. It's
Mm-hmm.
like I get this social anxiety. I feel like I walk into a place and it's like all eyes on me. So then
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, all right, well, let me act a fool and have all eyes on me. Because to me, that's the way of breaking my fear to say, all right, I'm acting a fool, all eyes on me. And guess what? At the end of the day, nobody hurt me. So why do I have this like weird fear when nobody stabbed me, nobody killed me, nobody broke a leg. There's no reason for me to have this fear. I'm not in danger, right?
Yeah.
But I have to do that because there's something in this head that gets triggered. I don't know what it is, but it gets triggered, and I have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like people who take their fear and they just go head on with it, they're gonna survive. I'm already hearing people who are like, going out, learning how to like do their own little garden. People who are, saving food, cutting back on what they eat.
Yeah.
I've been cutting back. I'm like, shoot, losing that weight.
I'm actually planting a garden in my backyard. I want to do raised beds, and I want to
Mm,
have one of the beds be an edible garden. So like corn, something we can harvest in the fall. I won't plant it this year. I'll plant it probably in the spring for next year.
right.
So this year I'm just building, and I want to do cucumbers, tomatoes, potatoes, like food that's
There you
edible. That'll be
go.
fun to grow.
There you go.
Hmm.
And the thing about it too is,
Michi,
hey,
welcome.
Kazel, welcome to the show. Thank you for supporting us. Oh, I love the love, guys. I love the love. Um, but also as you grow your stuff, it's gonna force you to not be wasteful because you actually put sweat and tears to grow that. Now on the other end, you're gonna make recipes and you're gonna figure out like what can you do
With
to
it. Yeah.
use that. Yeah. So it's great. And I'm hearing lots of stories like that. People who are buying land, people who are leaving toxic areas. Like I heard a story of a guy who left San Diego. Like he was in a big city area, but he left. He was tired of their politics, and he went somewhere Midwest. He bought land out there, and now I don't know what he's doing out there. He's raising whatever he wants to raise out there,
Yeah.
but it's his land. He's doing
And
whatever.
you know
He's
what?
being
It's a
left
slower
alone.
pace too. It's a slower pace. And then that plays in the whole like minimalistic kind of thing. Our society is very overwhelming. So when you
Hmm.
pull back even a little bit, you start feeling the relief of just like, hey, like there's no pressure. I don't need new shit. I don't need that
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, my boys made me so proud this weekend. So I told you that my actually it's now my two older ones. They're really kind of gravitating to me and my studies now. So I got
Mhm.
them a little appy. We installed the software on there, and then there's a website where they took the training, but they kind of gamified it. So it's like, hey, you earn like little rewards and stuff like that. So they've been
Mhm.
doing it, and they've been going through. And I ordered some stickers as like little tokens, like little rewards for every level that they would make it through.
Mhm.
And they're picking it up real quick and they're going through it. And so we went for a walk in town, and in town there's always like these really expensive cars and stuff like that. So there was a Ferrari, and I was like, "Yo, if you actually get the job and you're making that kind of money, you
Mhm.
can get this Ferrari, right? You get something like this." And one of my boys, he was like, "I don't even want that. I kind of want to do like what you do with the truck and just go camping." And it would be cool that I could just be somewhere, surfing the waves and working in a van somewhere. And I was like,
Oh,
man,
that's awesome.
that's even that means more to me, like that, because that's exactly what I wanted to do. It's like live that minimalistic lifestyle.
Mhm.
So like you could tell, like me, I'm still trying to shed that, that whole materialistic like ambition, right?
Yeah.
And like they're kind of growing in that like that minimalistic, and like that's the mind
That's
shift that
beautiful.
I,
I love that.
I hope a lot of people can gravitate towards, because it's hard. It's hard not to not want the shiny things.
And they say like our children are our future, and it's true. Like these are the kind of morals that we have to instill in the future generations, because for us it is
Hmm.
a big change. It's something that we do have to shed. We have to change our mindset. We have to fight that urge, that
Hmm.
need for that instant gratification. Like it's a difficult shift, but for our future generations, if we're bringing them up in that way, it'll be their way of life.
Right. And like I told them like there was one thing that Ma told me growing up that I listened to, that it helped me, to this day. She always told me, she was like, get into computers, find a career in computers, get into computers, get into computers. Ever since I was little, she told me that, right? And
Mhm.
so that mantra was like in my head, but she didn't tell me, she didn't take it one step further, and she didn't tell me the reason why I should get into computers. I
Yeah.
just thought, oh, get the money, right? Get the money, get the shit. And honestly, really what it was, what she should have told me was, you want to get into it and get the freedom.
Hmm.
And that's what my boys are seeing. They're like, I don't want to chase after that stuff because that's going to hold me down. I want freedom,
Yeah.
right? I want to be able to go in my van and go down by the beach and just surf all day. That's what they want. That's the freedom. They feel fulfillment in that. And that's the empowerment of being, having that minimalistic lifestyle and not
Mhm.
chasing after the shiny gizmos.
Right.
Is being able, like, look at my man over here, Tadashi, traveling everywhere. Like, if you had a stack of bills, you wouldn't be able to travel. And
Mhm.
unfortunately, going to college and getting that stack of bills right as soon as you get out of college, that locks you into what? That locks you into the rat race, right? That locks you into that cubicle. That locks you into that 9 to 5 where you can only go see the world on their terms, right? You can
Mhm.
only do things on their terms. And it's like I don't wish that on anybody, man. That's what I'm telling you. If you haven't just an inkling, just go out there, figure it out, and figure life on your own. Oh, we got some
Tadashi
comments.
said, yeah, Tadashi said, why don't you guys show us America? Like do road trips, camping, life blogging in the woods.
Man, I'm trying to. I'm trying to get Lynn out of her fucking comfort zone. She doesn't like it. She doesn't. She listen. She is so spoiled. She's the only way she's traveling if she's on a plane somewhere, going to a green island somewhere.
Yep.
Come on, Lynn. The show's calling for it. Let's go camping.
Ooh, ooh. Let me see. Where I live, you have to pay to get on the beaches, the parks. I hate it.
Are you in
Mm.
New Jersey? That sounds like Jersey. Jersey's so like that. I'm like, look, lucky for me though, Jersey. I as a veteran, I show them my veteran ID. They let me go in for free. But then every time I go, my buddy always has to pay, and it's crazy, man. I don't understand that. It's like you go on the beach. Come on, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean,
unfortunately,
a lot of the parks, a lot of the trails that I go on, I have to pay parking when I arrive.
oh yeah, you were telling me you had that parking pass now.
Yeah, yeah, and then so that's the thing. You get like the Empire State Pass, and then you should, you get access to certain parks and stuff like that. I don't know.
I
Free
know.
pass. I don't know.
I also got the like the state, like the federal parks annual pass, because
Hmm.
I got that as a veteran too. I got that for free. I would say honestly though, if you're spending like $5 at Starbucks, I'd rather listen, go to the park, do that better. I'd rather more people do that
Yeah.
than going to the park. Sarah, welcome to the show though. Thank you for coming on. Oh, look at that. We're
So she
getting
said
more
close.
ladies
She's
on the
from Long
show. I like
Island.
that. Okay,
She said
close, Long
close.
Island.
She's in
Yeah,
Long Island. She came from Minnesota, where I could go to any lake
and
and just
paddle out.
paddle
Yes,
out.
and that's
Hmm.
honestly, you know what? That's what's the beauty about the like what Lynn calls them, the flyover states. Is
Yeah.
there's so much freedom out there. It's so much. Like I know. I remember back in the day, people used to say you should live on each East Coast. But I say, forget that. You should live in the flyover states. Like, try to
Hmm.
make it go out there and understand what it really is to be free. Just be out there, be left alone. You got nature everywhere. You got to learn to survive. I know there's one guy in my men's group. He's out in Colorado. This guy's always sending these like great photos of like wolves and like just the creatures he's seeing because he has like a really big lens. And he's out there. He's like he'll show his like steps. And he's like, I went on like a 15-mile hike today. I was like, 15 miles? if I'm going 15 miles, I'll be halfway to Lynn's house. But listen, he's loving it.
Jeez, and everyone in the chat hit that like button.
Oh, thank you, cousin. We don't even think like that. We're just like loving the love. Yes, next month
gonna buy an RV van next month.
Yes. I would even challenge you. I would tell you to go get a van and actually customize it and build it yourself. Because I love those videos. Like you buy the van, it's emptied out, and now it's like now it's time for you to make it home.
I've been thinking about that. But my thing is like I don't even like road trips. Like,
but I think you would if you had the van because you'd be like, I could live in here, I could shower in here, I could, I could go everywhere I want to go. Like you got the freedom. Like, listen, you earned your freedom, Lynn. You've been blessed to have. You're not in a 9-to-5. You're at home, and now you're just stuck at home. Why not hit the road and go and see somewhere new every day?
I mean, I fly often. No, you know what? And I think this is like kind of like pushing me in that direction is the fact that because things are getting so expensive, like flights are starting to increase also. And like my next trip, it was like spur of the moment because I found round trip flights for like $240, and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna find this again for a while, so I booked it. But seriously, like everything now has increased so much. And I'm like, well, I still have that desire
hit the road.
For.
Right. You got that burning desire to be traveling. Listen, we as humans, we have that general desire to be nomads. That's what our ancestors did. We moved every place, right? We moved. Another thing too is people look at me crazy when I fast, and I'm like, why? That's in our instinct. We were meant not to eat all the time, right? Yeah. Like we were meant to fast, and then the next time we eat something, oh, okay, I killed this deer. Now I'm gonna eat it, and then I don't know when I'm gonna kill another deer again, right? Like we were meant to be nomadic. We were meant to like not eat. Like that's all empowering. When you start doing that stuff, like just hit the road and just be part of nature and just like you will be more fulfilled as a human being because now we're tapping into our ancestors, right? Our instinct. I'm telling you, you got a calling for it. Just go, just do it. Look at Tadashi's comment. He said, "I want to do a YouTube channel." My man, that's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm telling
you. You need to get. That's why I'm telling you, you need to get your RV, not an RV, just get a van, just bare naked, and then do the first few videos of you actually putting it together, and then do the next videos of you hitting the road, and then just build up your following. I know a lot of people on YouTube who do that. They're just living their life, the best life they want to live, and they're making their money through YouTube.
Yeah.
I support them. I watch all their shows, even though I know Lynn sent me a few because I started talking about me wanting a boat, and I started following people who just bought a boat and that's what they're doing. They fixed up the boat and they're sailing and they're making their money through YouTube. So I gotta support that. I go on, I give them clicks, I give them everything. I'm watching it. I'm like, yes, this is the dream right here. This is the dream. Not those shiny trinkets. So like I said, listen, I'm human. I know it's hard because I'm like always constantly like, I want to buy something. It's really hard to deprogram that. But that's what I'm saying. Like right now, I'm really inspired by the younger generation because they're not really chasing after, they're chasing after the experience more than they are after, the trinkets that we lose or break or gets old or gets outdated or whatever, gets worn out.
Yep. Tadashi sitting in the woods doing a live with you guys. Too much fun. I love it. I'm glad.
Yeah, let's do a collab. Let's do a collab, Tadashi. I'm excited. Let's do it. Let's do a collab. I want to do
so where
jump on the channel and
where would you travel with your RV? On what continent will you be traveling with your RV?
Good question. I've heard people who start out in because there's a road out in the West Coast that goes all the way down along Cali and then goes into Mexico and then goes all the way down to Latin America. And I've seen people do that. They've done that road. They've done it with I've seen it multiple times where they've done it with either in a van or they're pulling behind a teardrop camper behind, and like they'll hit the beaches, they'll hit the restaurants, they're just taking in the culture, the nightlife. I'm like, man, this is epic, man. That's what life is about.
Yeah.
And it's sad because most people look. I was like that. I was only doing that 2 weeks out of the year, because they were like, hey, this is your 2 week vacation, right? And heaven forbid you had to do something where let's say you had to do like a repair at home or something. Now you're taking a staycation so you can devote time to that.
Yeah.
And it's like, why do we us as humans who are we're so capable of so much. Look at all the stuff that man has done since its existence, right? Why do we limit ourselves with this 9 to 5 rat race?
Right.
I don't understand it.
It's
and trust me, I did it. I've done it.
Design, you know, like we were like throughout, like over it took generations to get us to where we are. It took generations of just like, oh, you know, like the ability to purchase more, you know, to have more, to leave stuff for your family, you know, to work really hard and, you know, go to college and start a career. And you need both people, you know, both parents in the workforce. Like it's been a long time coming. It's been a long process. This was not an overnight shift. We didn't just wake up and decide like, oh, hey, this is, you know, how we're going to be. This is what's
we got to kill that narrative, because that narrative is horrible. We got to start saying, hey, look, you gotta find your financial freedom. And financial freedom doesn't mean a lot. It doesn't mean like you got to be a millionaire. No. It's like you gotta make more than what you consume. So if you consume less, you really don't have to make that much more.
Yeah. And you have to make smart moves too, you know, like when I decided that I wanted to leave my job, it was a process. It took me about a year to position myself to where I could. And like it started around the time when I was, you know, looking to purchase my first house. And the bank was like, hey, you know, like they pre-approved me for $270,000. Like that's $250,000. And they were like, oh, hey, go ahead, go buy a big house, you know? And, you know, having kids, I was like, yeah, everyone gets a bedroom and you get a room and you get a room. But honestly, you know, I looked at my own personality and I was like, you know, my children, they say this time flies, and it's already flying by.
It does.
You know,
it really does. Yeah. If
so
you have
I was
kids,
like, realistically, I don't want to have, you know, 4 empty bedrooms in my house.
Right. Exactly.
You know, so I was like, well, long term, what can I take care of? And I ended up buying my house for $130,000. It's a small townhouse. I have, you know, like a 4-car driveway. I have a nice sized backyard that's like fenced in, and it's low maintenance. It's low maintenance because I don't want to shovel snow. I thought about that. I don't want a long driveway to shovel snow. I don't want, you know, a huge house to clean. I don't want a huge backyard that I have to mow every year. No, thank you. No, it's not even once a year. It's like every weekend.
Plus, you hear the stories of the people who are house rich, and it's funny because one of the YouTubers that I watch, who is really deep into the whole van life, he started out. He had a beautiful condo. He had a nice view, but he was like, you know what? As crazy as this may sound, I'm over this view because I see the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And he's like, I need something else. I need something else is calling me. And that's that nomad in us that says, hey, we got to go see the world. We got to go travel. We got to go into the unknown, right? And so it's crazy because, you know, a lot of people really do. And listen, I don't want to knock anybody's dreams as far as like the White House with the white picket fence and all that, because it is an amazing dream, you know, it's a goal, right? It's a goal to have in life. But it's like we need to restructure that, because I feel like that's a lot of people who say that they get themselves upside down. They're like, oh, my home's an asset. No, it's not. It's a liability. You took too much. You took too much debt with your house.
Yeah.
Just because you were approved for that much doesn't mean you should have gotten that much. Yes. I was approved, like my VA loan, I was approved for $500,000. And both my homes combined, I have 2 VA loans. And people are like, wait, you can do 2? I was like, yeah, as long as I don't hit that max. I can get 2. So I have 2. I have my rental property and my house now, and both of them combined is $300K. So that's still not hitting the $500K. So if I wanted to get another VA loan, I could get another VA loan. I'm not gonna do it. Maybe if I want to get another rental property, but I don't even want to deal with that no more. I'm just like, I don't know. I want to be left alone. I don't want to deal with people and like their complaints and stuff like that. I just want to,
So
you know,
Tadashi answered my
passive
question.
income.
He said, LOL, just around in Russia and maybe neighbor countries like Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan
Yeah.
and Uzbekistan.
Yes. And
Mongolia. That would be
Mongolia.
dope.
Mm.
That'd be
That's so
dope.
cool.
That'd be dope.
It's funny how you're just like, oh, just in Russia, because like for you, that's just your surroundings, It's just like you tell us, Tadashi, you're like, hey, like show us the US. And I'm like, what do you want to see
Show
over
us
here?
Russia. Yeah. Because you know what? Over here on our side of the waters, my brother, Russia got a bad name right now. So show it in a good light. Show that positivity. That's what I'm talking about, man. We need that positivity to be contagious. The fact that all these businesses said, "Oh, we're going to stop doing business with Russia," and like, what about all the people that are there? Do you think they support whatever their government's doing?
Exactly.
I don't even support what my government's doing. Like, come on, man. People are people. Let's not forget about the people.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not label all those people. Like I heard that's another thing I heard here in the States. I heard like Russians were getting attacked. And I was like, they could just be here and they have no like
that's such ignorance.
Affiliation, no alliance, no nothing to that.
We saw that a lot with after 9/11. Anyone who had like just the look of being Arabic, like they were being targeted, and I went through like a training when I worked for Enterprise. It was like a cultural training or whatever, and there was a practice where they had like different cultures like on poster boards. So it was like a white man, a black man, and a terrorist, and like a few others. And they asked us to everyone stand up and stand next to the poster that they would never want to be associated with. And most people went over to a terrorist, because why would you want to be associated with that? So to think that someone who's living their best life and they just are who they are, and then someone from a similar background does something super ignorant, and now you're being labeled as that, like it's heartbreaking, and I feel like that's something that we should be past already.
I saw that same or like I saw that same thing when I went over to Europe, right when Bush was in office. And we started, going over and started fighting Iraq. And then, they would label us. They'd be like, as soon as they found out I was American, they were like, oh, you Americans, you're always cowboys, always wanting war. And I was like, listen. I'm not with my president. I was like, I'm not for my president. I was like, I'm an individual. Yeah, I'm living in America, but I don't agree with all this. Right. And I tell him, I was like, look, I lost my buddy because of this war. And no, I'm not cool with Bush. I'm not cool with this war. And so then that's where, he's like, oh, I'm sorry, let me buy you a drink. Oh, let me buy you a drink. And then we start talking. It's like, you got to put your differences away sometimes. And you can't just label it. Like, it's sad that, and it's human nature to do that. Like, we tend to see a whole, oh, you're this, and we just label you instead of thinking you as an individual, And that's one thing I always stress is like, and that's why I really hate that all these movements are glorifying this. And it's like, how do you expect people to see you individual when you're doing so much noise as this, It's like, I wish a lot of these organizations would just go away, because I think things would figure itself out more when people start seeing people as individuals.
What you put your energy on, that's what grows. And if we continue as a society to put our energy into these negative things, we're going to continue to have this just ball of mental health issues.
Right. Like think about how many white people, right, who had no hate in their heart, but now they're hearing like, oh, you have white privilege and you're the problem. And he's looking at his life and he's like, how am I the problem when I'm struggling too?
Right.
And then guess what you're going to do in that guy? You're going to grow hate in him. And guess what he's going to become? He's going to become a racist. It's like, that's like 101. Like you should stop focusing on the past and start focusing on the present and say, hey, we're all struggling. How can we figure things out together? No matter what we are, men, women, black, white, gay, straight, no matter what you are, let's figure this shit out. We're all struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, stop focusing on labeling everybody and having, oh, I'm in this group and you're in that group and now we're in clashes. Like, that's nonsense to me.
Yeah.
That sounds like nonsense. It's so silly, and people fall for it. People fall for it, and that's why I'm like, yo, that's a cult. They're in a cult.
Yes, yes. I love everything you're saying. That was kind of
Man,
good.
this has been a good show. This has been a good show. It's been good engagement. I love it. I love the
Yeah.
positivity, and we got new people coming on board. I love it. I love it. People are jumping in, just leaving some good, positive thoughts, and then just if they're riding with us, if they're not, I love it. I just love the love, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's dope. Because when you start and you have your self doubts, right? And you're like, what I'm saying, is it gonna resonate with anybody? Especially like me, like I don't, I'm very controversial. I'll say whatever's on my, I learned that from my mother. It's like no filter. Lynn still has the filter to a certain extent. I think as she gets older, we're gonna be more like our mother and just be like, say whatever,
True, true.
But but to be on here and just to be able to say and speak your mind and have a voice, and then have people that it resonates with you, resonates with them, and they rock with you, like that means a lot. It really does.
Yeah.
It's motivating.
Nobody.
Hey,
Back
nobody,
in the
welcome back
house.
to the show,
Yes.
brother or sister. I don't know. I don't want a gender label. I'm just talking.
Them. They are back.
No, you don't know that's their pronouns. What's your pronoun?
That's like the neutral one. That's neutral, I'm not assuming anything.
You're not assuming anything. No, welcome back. Welcome back. I love it. I love it. I love the engagement. I love people who see us one time and then they see us, oh, we're live, and they come back and they shoot the shit, they say whatever. And like I said, this show is wrapped around whatever you guys want the show to be.
Mm-hmm.
I want to engage with people. I want to talk to people. I want to see what's going on and see how we can help. That's it. We want to give. We want to give positivity, because like like Tadashi was saying early in the show, we're looking at the world and there's a lot of negativity. We're talking, there's political discourse here in America, right? It's pretty much like a civil war at this point. There's, at a global scale, right? We're looking at like World War III, that's what they were talking about in the beginning of the year. It kind of fell off. But now we're looking at a global depression, right? Global recession, depression. People are struggling, people are hurting, and this is the time for us to come together as a family, right?
Mm-hmm.
As humans. Like, we are humans. Let's be a human after all.
Human after all.
Yes, we are humans. Let's come together as family, Because that's one thing that me and Lynn, I don't think we take it for granted, but we do understand that we've come from a really big family that loves us.
Mm-hmm.
Our cousins are on here. Our mother's on here. Like, we just got so much support. And not only do that, we have like an extensive family. Like, so we have our core family, right? We had our mother who loved the hell out of us. She would do anything. She would go to fire and back, right? Then we had our extensive family.
Still is. That sounds a little past term.
No, I'm just saying that she still will. She still will.
Yes.
And then we have our extensive family, right? Our aunts and our cousins, and then we have like our friends, even our friends. Like, we were blessed with such good friends.
Yeah.
Like, I have a core group of friends, guy friends from high school that we still, to this day, we talk, we meet up, we still, reach out to each other. We may have different views with all this politics, but we still love each other, man. And so the fact, I know not many people have that, and we've been blessed with that. And like, I want to extend that. I want to extend that olive branch out to the world and be like, yo, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's make this crazy. Let's make this crazy family right here. I want it. It's cool. Good times.
So nobody has notifications turned on. Yes.
Oh, thank you.
But you were driving. That's cool.
Yeah, see, we don't even say that. Cousin was like, yo, drop a like if you're rocking with this. I was like, okay, all right. Thank cuz. Then it was like, oh, we noticed that our engagement started going up, and I was like, I think it's because more people are commenting in the live chat. So as more people talk in the live chat, it starts to create the algorithm, like it's faking out the algorithm. We're starting to trend in wherever you guys are finding us. That's one thing I like to ask. I'm like, hey, how did you find us? Because I'm curious. I know Lynn started tagging on her end as far as scheduling the live show and tagging on the back end, and that's something that we got. We're learning. We're learning. We just gotta, if anything, listen, if there's one thing I learned from this whole process, if anybody's out there who wants to start on YouTube or any kind of social media, just be consistent. I know you're gonna get frustrated. We both got frustrated. We stopped, we came back, we stopped, we came back. It's just be consistent. Be consistent and put a product out there that you're just happy with. And make sure it's something that you're passionate about. Because I'm passionate about this. I don't know about it, but I'm
Dude,
passionate.
the comments are going crazy right now. So the producer's on. Sup?
Hey, the producer! Because that's the first t-shirt we're making. The first t-shirt saying, like, where's the producer?
And nobody says you guys are awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank
love
you.
it. I
That's
love
much
hearing
love. Yo, you're awesome. You guys are awesome, man. You guys are awesome. Because if you
Earthians
listen,
is
if I'm
back with us.
hold up. I want to say this. If you guys believe we're awesome, then you guys are awesome because you're rocking with us. You're watching us. So this message is gravitating. You guys are kind of feeling something is resonating with you. So you guys got to believe deep down inside that there's something inside of you that's awesome. So get out there and accomplish it. Like figure that shit out. Get out of your way. Get out of your head and figure that shit out. You're meant to do. No, you're awesome. No, you're awesome. You're awesome. The Spider-Man meme. The Spider-Man. Who's awesome? Who's awesome? Oh, I love it.
Earthians. Hello.
Oh, Earthians. Hello from the UK. Hello. Welcome, UK. What time is it over there? Isn't it past your bedtime, some of you guys?
Right?
Oh, I love it. So we got Russia in the house. We got UK.
This message
I know we had India at one point. Yo, we're internationally known. He's finally here. All right, so right now I'm gonna let you know the first shirt is for the producer. The second shirt is gonna be for Fuzz, because Fuzz, you've been ride or die from day one. So those are the two shirts we're gonna make. I don't know. I might have that little cat. Was it Fuzz Aldrin? I'm gonna have the little cat, and yeah, those are gonna be the first shirts. I already got those shirts ideas. When we get that there, we're not there yet.
The producer said they can't sleep.
They can't sleep. They need. We gotta do. Lynn, you gotta take out the mic and you gotta do the ASMR. So we're gonna.
Ooh, because it's way too hot in the UK right now.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Oh, it's hot here too.
I have to do the mic and do what?
Yeah. Oh, wait. Hold on. Oh yeah, I'm going all over the place. The comments. This is the comments, my guy. Yeah, is it true that in the UK you guys don't have AC? And it's like 100 degrees out there?
Yeah, man, it's hot.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
Like there was one guy. Oh, okay, that's not bad. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Oh, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Hey, pop a bottle. Shit, what time is it?
You are the one that would notice that.
It's noon here. Let's go have a shot. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Happy hour. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, I love it. 104. It's 104 degrees.
Holy crap.
I heard about that. And they have no AC out there.
No AC.
Yeah. Woo. I was watching so I'm a big wrestling fan. I'm a really big wrestling fan, and I like watching the recaps afterwards.
Hang on, right, Sarah. Thank you so much for joining us. I really hope that you hit subscribe and you hit the bell.
Yes, so Sarah, please. You're more than welcome. Come on in. Let's talk. Comment down below. Just tell us what's going on in your life in your neck of the woods. And
we'll talk about it.
You rock with us, you engage with us, we'll try to engage with you. I know at some point we're gonna have a lot of people who's gonna go crazy, but we're gonna try to do our best. Yeah. Because listen, you guys support us. We love you guys. So we're motivated. We're motivated. I'm motivated. I love this shit. It's like, where's the money? Oh, thank you, Sarah. Much love. And I hope you enjoy your week. I hope you come back on Thursday. We'll do the pre-flight for the weekend show, and just keep you guys motivated. Keep you guys feeling that good vibe, that good energy.
All right, what were you saying? Something about aliens?
Oh, you got me on my alien rant?
I don't know. You were talking about something.
No, I was talking about the heat over there because, I was saying that I'm a big wrestler fan and I like watching the recaps and just like people's reaction and all that. And so one of the shows I watched, the guy's out in the UK, and in the middle of his filming, you can see him sweating. He's like, it's 100 degrees over here. And I'm like, so then I started seeing more and more stuff saying it's really hot over there and they don't have AC. I'm like, wow. They really don't have AC? That's crazy.
Wait, what do you mean they don't have AC? It's just not common for people to have it? They have no power? What do you mean?
I don't know. That's what I read on Twitter. They were like,
What?
it's hot
No
as
AC?
balls, and nobody has AC. And I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Oh,
You know
okay,
me,
so
I don't follow up.
it's usually not that hot. They're not used to the heat. That it's a heat wave. Then okay. In Serbia, it's impossible to imagine 40. Like what? That's too low.
I'm so glad that the producer is on right now because he's doing the math conversion and the temperature conversion. Because listen, we're an international show, but we're not international. We're dumb Yankees that love our weird ass math that we use on our side. So we use Fahrenheit.
Our numbers make zero sense.
So
the rest
of the world does Celsius. We're dumb. We watch football over here. The rest of the world loves soccer. Oh man, I love it. I love it though. I love this. You dumb Yankees. Oh, love it. Boys, can you turn on the fan? I'm sweating over here. I'm sweating with my UK brothers over here.
You have no AC. I just have fans going. I don't have AC running right now.
I don't have AC. The only AC I have is in my room, and I'm doing the show right here, so I show you my beautiful view out here. The sacrifices.
Fuzz says we got the Fahrenheit from the British. Yep.
Yeah, but don't they use Celsius?
Yeah, they were just like, you guys can have this tech. We're gonna go with this one over here.
I don't understand that. Like, we're the only, like, we use, what's it, feet and inches and miles. They use God, so completely different.
Yeah.
It's like they're like, we're like, what? And then the entitlement as Americans, we go over there. It's like, why don't you use what we use? That's the entitlement. I guarantee you, all Americans, they go over there and they're like, what? This is confusing. Why don't you use what we use? Why don't you speak English? Why don't you use what we use?
It's hilarious in the car when you accidentally look at the numbers for what the hell is the other measurement of kilometers?
Kilometers.
Yeah, when you see kilometers instead of miles,
settings.
you're like, holy crap, I'm speeding, but you're really only going like 30 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Look, we want it to be unique. That's true.
Complicated, more like it.
I slept in freezer last night. How the hell did you sleep in the freezer?
I would too, man. I'll take all the shells out. I'll make it sleeping in there. I would make it work, man. If you're baking, like, yo, I literally feel like a boiling frog right now. Hell no. I like to watch those YouTube videos where they take like a cooler and they'll put the ice and then they'll make like the fan and they'll Frankenstein themselves like an AC. That's what I would do. I would run to Home Depot and start doing some MacGyver shit.
It's too hot. You would run to Home Depot and then you would just stay in Home Depot because they have AC.
I don't know. I still haven't gotten the answer about the whole AC situation in the UK. I don't know. It seems kind of sus.
Yo, Fuzz! They got me too. He was
I thought that was a gas.
75 cents on the sign. It's like, ooh, Yes. So you thought he was a gas heaven.
I'm telling you, once again, us as Americans, we're like, oh shit, look at that. And then you pull up and they're like, no, it's this. And then the entitlement comes down. We're like, what are you talking about? Why is this false advertisement? I need to talk to the manager. And we all become, look, when we all international, we all become Karens. We're like, what the hell's going on?
And
what's
then
up with these numbers?
The gas attendant doesn't speak English. Well, you are in a speaking place.
Why don't you speak English? And what do we say? Oh, I need a managero. Managero, where is he? We had O's and everything. Like, where is that guy? What's going on? The entitled American. Oh, jeez. That's the worst.
That could have been bad just now, Ray. You could have definitely just made me spit out my drink. I definitely.
Why are we like that? Why are we like that? We need to change that, man. Well, you could definitely.
Welcome. Academic.
Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
We're
If
doing
you can
good.
kindly let us know how you found us on YouTube, that would definitely help us grow the channel so we can figure out how we can tag this better. But welcome to the show. I hope you've been watching, laughing, engaging. Engage. Sound like Star Trek. Engage.
I love that every single person that comes on to the stream, you're on them. You're like, how did you find us? Let us know.
Yes, because I love it. I love seeing your faces. I get all excited. You know what it is? It's like opening up a business, right? You put all you open and listen. I can't compare myself to a business owner, but we're just two people on YouTube, right? We just kind of turned on the channel, whatever. And it's like I can imagine how it would feel like if you opened up a restaurant or if you opened up a business, even if you opened up a club or something, and then you start seeing people come through the door. You're like, yes, welcome, come in, you know.
Your positivity attracted me. I love that.
Oh, thank you.
That's
I love
awesome.
it. Amen.
You know what? That's exactly what we're trying to do. We aim to be givers on this channel, givers of love, givers of good vibes, and givers of strength through conversation. So I'm glad that's how what attracted you to us.
Oh yes. Buzz reminded us, if you want to drop the link down below, because we are using StreamYards. Let's drop that link. See if anybody would like to come on board and talk with us. You don't have to show your face. You could just come on. You don't even have to be that long. Just come on, say hi. Let's hear a voice. Let's talk about something, and then drop off. That's it. I love it. I love all this technology. We're connecting people all throughout the world. And we hit what are we doing, man? What are we doing? I told you we were going to do it. What are we doing? We're hitting them with that positivity, man. I told you.
My mind was searching. What are we doing? I was like, shit, did I forget about plans?
Oh, shit. She's like, I don't know. I got to check my calendar.
Yep. I hope I wrote it down.
Oh, you're so structured. That was what your friends were making fun of you that day, though. They were like, Lynn's such a mom. I bet you she brought towels and everything. And she's like, yeah, I did. Oh, that's hilarious. Listen, but the reason why I can come on here and act a fool and be so openly just the way I am with you guys is because I truly do believe that what we are energy, right? There's negative energy, there's positive energy. Negative energy is contagious, as you can see with the news. It's everybody can be in that negative mindset, but positive energy is a lot more contagious, but it's rare. And so I want everybody to be out there just being positive, laugh, have a good time, make a fool of yourself, just enjoy life, and just be that infection. And let's just grow that virus and just all over the world.
Yeah. Like glitter. Once you throw it, that's it.
Don't get us. Yeah, exactly. You're gonna be positive. You're gonna be positive. Like Oprah. You're gonna be positive. You're gonna be positive.
Tadashi smashed the like button. He said, "All right, our channel is more famous in Asia and Europe."
I don't care where we're going to be famous. I just want to help everybody. Come on, let's grow this. Let's be that infectious positivity cult. Yes. That's from wrestling, by the way.
It's the #1 rated show in Samoa.
We're breaking charts. We're breaking charts.
LOL
what's up? LOL,
yeah, it's back.
Yo, what's up? That's what I like. I like to see that. I like to see
yes,
people
you clicked in again.
Yes.
Oh,
listen.
Oh, hang on, bring it back. I didn't say it right. Producer just yelled at me.
Yeah.
I thought that was the stupidest thing when it was happening. I don't know. I guess I was too young to really understand. I was just like, this is so dumb.
Well, that was the Budweiser commercial. Just like the frogs too. You remember the frogs? I was like, Bud, why, there? The damn frogs. That's hilarious. All right, so Lynn dropped the link. Show your comment so we can see it on the screen.
Duh.
Duh.
So I dropped the link in the comments, guys. So if you follow,
if anybody's,
you can actually come on and you'll be in our Zoom call kind of thing. And yeah, come and chat with us. Just say
So,
hi,
Lynn,
hop in, hop off.
you are free of kids for how long? 3 weeks?
Woo! 3 beautiful weeks.
Well, 1 week already went by, right?
No, it's only been 3 days.
We're in the first week. So what's your plans? Where are you going? What's your plan?
So I'm working on my backyard. I like dismantled my pergola, that like building structure thing that was in the back. I took that down.
You and your fancy words.
Yeah. Oh, Tadashi's heading out. All right. Thank you so much for joining the stream.
Oh, thank you, Tadashi. Thank you for the love, brother.
Next time.
Enjoy your week.
Oh yeah.
We'll see you Thursday, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the love. So,
there was like a wooden structure in my backyard that would like give us shade. You would sit underneath it. I took that down. I'm redesigning that. So that's like my big project going on during this time. And then I'm traveling again. I'm gonna be spending a weekend in Turks and Caicos.
Ooh, again, you've been there already.
I have.
You come on
let
back.
me tell you, like the blue there, like the ocean, it's different. It's different. It's the most beautiful beach I've been to yet. Yeah. So
that's you need a passport for that, right?
Yes.
You need a passport?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Right, cool. So are you going to hey, I'm gonna throw the challenge out there. Are you going to kind of social media any of your projects?
Shit.
Like the step by step, maybe do a little video of everything. Because you get into stuff, and I'm like, yeah, put a camera on it.
Forgot. You're right. I am. I'm supposed to do all that, and I have not. You know what I should do is I should just start going live on my other channel.
Yes.
And just show everything I'm doing.
Yes. I do it. Just go live. Even if you just have the camera somewhere and you talk to it and then you start taking it apart and people come in like, what's that person doing? Is this live? Is it working right now? Who knows? Maybe the chat will start chatting and people start talking to each other as you're going live, and the next thing you know, you're like, you tricked the algorithm. For anybody who doesn't know, Lynn does have another like channel, and she has another like Instagram and her own separate persona, which is Pollen, right? So put the name out there so people can follow.
I will. Hombre de Cultura is here. Hola. Hello. How's it going?
Hola. Buenos dias. Hey, producer, you're going to have to translate.
Yeah. Bienvenidos.
Listen. Producer, you did the conversion earlier. You were right on the money. Now you got to do the translation beyond the money. I feel like he's my Siri. He's like my live version of Siri, doing live conversions and translating and all of that.
The producer said he is saying hi.
Do I have my own channel as well? I do not, no. I don't want to be all tied to the social media. This is rough. It's weird because like I
person to find me on the internet. I don't even know how to like drop that link right now while I'm live.
Oh, you're hilarious. Pauline. Well, it's on YouTube and Instagram. Those are your two main ones, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, you got quiet. Right. It's I lost you because like I clicked off of the one page.
Oh, did I freeze?
Oh no.
Well, do you want to introduce the show since we got new people jumping in?
Yeah, let me get back over here. All right, so if you're coming in, I'm glad you guys are picking up on the vibe. So Ray and I, we're siblings on our channel, Siblyn Rivalray. I'm Lynn. That's obviously Ray. I wasn't ready to reintroduce the show. I'm like, what do I say? No, you know what? Through this, we just aim to be givers. We're givers of love. we're givers of good vibes, and we're givers of strength through conversation. So when you guys see us go live, jump in the comments. You can also, there's a link. If I can pull it back up real quick. There's a link. You guys can actually come on live with us and either just say, hey, or talk to us, and let's have a conversation. Let's talk about things that that you see around you, that you're experiencing, and let's see if we can grow from that. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss our next live. Most of our content, actually, right now, all of our content is live.
I like it though. I like it. It's like it's random. This is so like we're never prepared. It's so random. We go on, we talk about whatever is on our mind.
I mean, we're kind of prepared.
It gives me a chance to rant. I feel sorry for like Fuzz and stuff because it's like I come on here and I just rant. So it's like I'm like, this is how I feel certain times. I gotta get it out. Like, so I'm ranting. Lynn, show your Bilbo Baggins over here. What are you doing? Why are you hiding it?
Because it's not lit.
Yeah, for real. It's the Gandalf fight.
Difficulties. I just got a cramp in my foot. Ow! I'm getting old.
Cuzzo, I thought about that. I thought about doing like a political channel and all that because right now, like those are blowing up on YouTube, and I feel like I would be good at it. It's just it feels weird talking to myself. That's why I like doing the show with Lynn because I have somebody to talk to, even if there's no comments and there's no like in the beginning, it was just me and her talking. It's like I like that conversation, like style. It just feels weird talking to myself. And maybe, once again, it's just something I got to get over. Just go live and start talking. And then before you know it, people start commenting. And here comes the comments. And then I'll have people jumping on and we'll just talk politics. Yeah, because I'm really irate. And it's funny, too, because I really don't align with anything. I just want to be left alone. And it irks me because all the politics is just seeping into everything. It's into our pop culture. It's just everywhere. It's just so annoying. So it's like I got to call it out like I see it.
Yeah,
get that from my mom. No filter.
Been in movies a lot lately, and you've just been you and your movies. You love movies. You're definitely
I do.
That's like another option you have is to like just be a movie.
Yes, and when I watch my movies and I see all my movies getting ruined, like I love Star Wars. I love all these fantasy movies, and I see like even the Marvel movies, and it's just starting to come, and you start seeing the politics just coming over. It's like no. Not here. I just want to be entertained. In these 2 hours, I wanted to escape reality, watch some superheroes kick each other's asses, and now you want to feed me your damn politics and your damn beliefs? Get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel like, I love my movies. I just love it.
The producer, the Gandalf pipe.
Yep.
Can you make smoke rings? No.
Oh, come on, Gandalf.
In a few more years, okay?
Gandalf, right? Didn't he make like a dragon or something through the smoke? Like he had like all sorts of like artwork coming through the smoke.
I'm not watching
any movies are still
movie that's woke.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere. And it's like it does. It really irks you to the core, and it's like it's everywhere because it's like I want entertainment. And like this is for me, 40 years old, for me to just walk away from like my form of entertainment, it's hard. And it's like now I have to weed through the stuff that is woke, the stuff that is just like once again festering this ideology and this almost it's a hatred. Like I don't want to deal with it. It's negativity. And it's like I want to just watch entertainment, be entertained, good writing, good character development, a good hero's journey. Just give me that good. Just let me escape for an hour or 2 hours, whatever I'm watching. And I don't want to think about this politics and be like, oh, wait a minute, we're dancing around the politics.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with that shit. That's like one of the good shows right now, which is actually coming to an end, unfortunately, is Better Call Saul, which is a prequel to Breaking Bad. And just the way that it's written, the way it's filmed. like the way they'll show like a scene where they're cleaning up blood and then they'll cut over and it's ketchup in somebody's plate or something, and just like the camera angles where they come in, like it's just, to me it's just creativity all like overall. It's just amazing. Like Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, just two great shows. Like and I was very um skeptical when I heard that they were making a prequel, because it was like when you see prequels, you know how it's going to end, right? Right? You know, like, okay, like so and so can't die, or you know, like they introduce a certain character, you know, oh well, they were alive in the first one, so they can't die, right? And so it's like plot armor, and you're like, wait a minute, like how are they going to do this show? But the way they did this show, and it's 6 seasons, and it's just so well done. It's like, oh man, see,
Yeah,
I love good entertainment.
Hear that show is like that thing is still going. Like,
Yeah,
huh.
yeah, I love it.
All right. It says producer says we need to make our own production company, Ray.
I wish, man, I wish. That's why I'm like, I'm so stoked with hearing other people. Like there's this guy on YouTube, his name is Eric July. I think he goes like Ripa, I forgot what his channel is, Ripa something, but he started his own comics, right? He was making
a hairball from one of my cats. Straight up, what the hell?
Did he like actually puke that out? That's weird. But anyway, he started his channel going against like how they're ruining comics and comic book movies and the thing he loved, right? And so he recently he just launched his own Rippaverse comics, and he, you know, it's a graphic novel. It's going to be like 100 pages, and he's doing like a crowdfunding campaign to get his first book out there. And he did it with like a 75-day campaign, and by like day one he already hit $1 million. Last I checked, I think he's like 5 days into it, he's like about to hit $3 million, and that's all profit. Like he put 200K of his own money, so he made that profit back, and now he's just like, it's ecstatic to me. I'm excited just seeing somebody who can go against Marvel and DC and go against the whole woke message and just be like, look, I just want to entertain. I just want to write a good story. I want to have good character development, and it's good to see that there's people that want that people that, you know, that gravitate towards that it resonates, and that people are supporting it with their wallet. Now, it's like Marvel and DC scared? No, of course, they're billion-dollar industries. They're not scared, but it's cool to see that. Like the Daily Wire. The Daily Wire is doing it too.
They used to say that means it's doable, right? We can do it.
Yeah, it is doable. Yeah, it's me and my procrastination mind.
Stone is going in over here. Stone said watching Americans speaking English feels like tripping.
Yeah, you know what I need to do? I need to go get two rocks and start like clicking them together so that Stone can understand. Like, we gotta be, you know, we gotta make sure all our supporters, we gotta show love to all our supporters, no matter who they are. They all got energy.
Siblyn Rivalry Studio, Ray the Hacker and Linda Designer.
Oh shit! There you go.
No,
you should make clothing.
Captain Ray, Miss Lynn.
Oh shit! Here we go. I love it. I love the motivation. I love it. See, but I want to see you guys with that motivation, because it's like you guys got great ideas for me. What about you? I want to see the Dashi in the van. Show me Russia touring and all that. I'll fuck with that, man. I'll watch that. Well, I'm not supposed to curse. It's YouTube. That's that passion.
The producer wants to know, what's our superpowers?
Oh, what's their superpowers?
LOL, what's our superpowers? Captain Ray and Miss Lynn.
Oh, we talked about this. I
think he's asking LOL. The producer, please clarify. Because he didn't put an at. That's true.
Oh, I love it when we go, like, when the show goes off the rails and we start talking about all the things I love. Like when we start talking about like science fiction, aliens, superpowers. I love all that shit. I love when they ask me a question and I go into it, because it's just like I'm in my element. I love it. That's not like the politics.
No, I'm not being offensive. Like, I'm Russian. I only learned and heard English in my English class.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Wait, so you learned proper English. So do we... I don't know. I feel like, do we speak proper English? Is that why
we do not? No. we do not know. As Americans, we speak a lot of slang English.
Hmm,
Just like most Hispanics do not speak proper Spanish either.
that's
Like
true.
proper Spanish, you would hear that in Spain.
Yeah,
That hence the
managerial.
word
That's not a real
Spanish.
word.
Well, I was being funny. I was just trying to be like a Karen in that scenario. You almost, no, that was so hilarious if you would have spilled your
Oh
smoothie.
my
But, and you're wearing a white shirt too. Oops, sorry.
god.
Yeah, exactly. Like we speak slangs English and we speak, broken sentences and all that stuff. Like in the UK, there's more proper English over there as well as in Spain, it's proper Spanish.
Mm. So we speak fast. It takes time to process. Oh,
Which
that's
that's another thing. It's like that is a public, like we have a
people are
that's
taught
like
British
would that
English.
be a public speaking issue? Like is that something, because I know in public speaking they teach you like to slow down
Yeah.
and to take your time as you're speaking so that people can resonate with what you're saying.
Mhm.
Whereas, we're just kind of vibing and talking as a conversation. So I don't know, like maybe that's something like we also got to develop as we continue going with the show. Like we got to learn to slow down. Because I know a lot of stuff, a lot of people I watch on YouTube, I put them on like 1.5 speed or two speed because I'm like, yeah, you
Oh,
guys are
that's
speaking too slow.
true. That's really true.
Like I'll speed up some people. Like if I know they're gonna go live and I want to watch their live show, what I do is I wait like maybe 30 minutes and then I'll put it at 1.5 so they speak faster for me. Because I'm like, you guys are going way too slow for me right now.
Nice. Our powers are kept secret.
Oh, okay. You got to buy the comic to find out.
All right, he said, man, once a British guy came to our school and no one, literally my English teacher also was not able to understand him. What?
Because of the
That's like,
dialect and the accent? Yeah.
yeah. Oh, that's got to be
Because he
crazy.
probably, because even in the UK, like the way there's some British, like there's the proper British, where those are the ones that you can understand, like they speak like James Bond, and then there's like that Cockney accent where it's like, what are you saying? It's almost like how here in the States they have that Louisiana accent,
Mm-hmm.
and they got like that, like what's it
Twang.
called, that Cajun tang speaking shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like that. It's like and you don't hear like the southern dialect sounds different than the northern dialect.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know what? It's so crazy that even just traveling a few states away, you can hear it in their voice. Like, oh, there's definitely a different accent here. Like when you go
Mm-hmm.
down south or when you go out west, it all changes. Even
Yeah.
even New York City has a different
Oh yeah, it's funny. There's videos like that on YouTube where they'll be like, oh, this is like a Nebraska accent or something like that, and then this is your Detroit accent, and this is your Southern accent. And to me, once again, that's really cool. I love seeing stuff like that because that just shows us all how different we are. So when all these isms come out, it's like, yo, stop focusing on that. We're different in so many levels, and we got to embrace that. That's what makes us awesome.
Wait, all right, so we missed one. So I'm kind of confused. The producer, he says, I love their accent though. LOL. Them and the Australians. Who in the Australians?
When we were
Oh,
talking
the
about
British.
the British accent.
Okay. Tadashi says, hey, thank you, Stone. Now we know where he
Yo,
went.
listen, British accents, Australian accents, even Russian accents they sound so dope.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying that when I hear that on a female, she's like, oh damn,
Oh
that sounds
Lord.
good. That sounds cute. Just saying.
No, you know what? I just think I find it really cool to listen to other people's accents when they're speaking, and it's just it's just you're taking in someone else's culture.
Right, and that to me, like that's what we should be. And like I feel like there's a lot of these like, I just hate it. I hate all this woke nonsense that is just, to me, I think the best time as a kid from the 90s, I think the 90s were amazing. And cuz you might back me up on this one, but like in the 90s, you could see on TV, like what was the number one show in the 90s? Family Matter, right? He was a black cop, black family, Steve Urkel. This was a black family that was prominent on TV,
Mm-hmm.
right? Look at like shows like what you grew up on, Nickelodeon, all that. It was a cast of like what was it? Keenan, what's his name?
Keenan
Keenan
and Kel.
got started on that show. Yeah, he got started on that show. And now look, he's on Saturday Night Live. And he's been on
Yeah.
Saturday Night Live for like almost 20 years. And he's making skits on like, oh, race and all this stuff. And it's like, dude, you started back when you were a kid in the 90s in an all diverse cast. It's like, I don't understand that.
And no one made a big deal about it.
Exactly. It was just entertaining. It was funny. It was entertainment. We were just having a good time. Nobody had to be like, I'm this and I identify as this, and now my whole message is gonna be about this and not about whatever the show was supposed to be about.
Yeah.
It's like that's what we need to get back to. You gotta stop this nonsense. And it's sad because like comedy is dead. Comedy is dying. I don't want to go see a comedian who's gonna be woke culture. Like I don't want to see that. Now, you know who's still making comedy is your established comedians, right? Your Dave Chappelle, your Chris Rock, your Kevin Hart. Those guys are going to make tons of money because they can't be canceled. They are who they are.
Kevin Hart on Friday.
Right. So they are who they are.
That's
They're
coming
not
up
canceled.
so quickly. So that's actually the Kevin Hart and Chris Rock comedy show that I had gotten the tickets to. Well, they didn't sell, so now I'm going to go enjoy a great comedy show.
Hey, enjoy it. And that was a win-win scenario. It was like if they sold, you made a chunk money, you could take a nice vacation. If they didn't sell, you get to see Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Yeah. So enjoy it.
Yeah. Did you hear about Andrew Schultz?
No, I didn't. Add more into the comment. Let's talk about that. Steve Urkel's. No, I love Steve Urkel's car. That was the thing I remember the most. Oh, and then when they had Robot Urkel. Oh, Family Matters was great back in the day.
Dinosaur slippers. I missed it.
You don't remember Family Matters?
No, not really.
No?
Mm-mm.
No, you were too little for that show?
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, I kind of remember like Urkel, but it's like a vague memory.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like even if you look back at like some of the woke movies that failed nowadays, and then like the reboot failed, excuse me, and then you look at like the original, and you'll see how diverse the original was, and what was the difference. Like for example, Ghostbusters, right? Ghostbusters, the original, though it was all men, right? But there was still a black guy on the cast, right? Then you look at the remake, and it's all females and diverse cast, right? Well, how could it be diverse if it was all females? And then second off, right? They had. But anyway, what's the difference between the two? What was the difference? The first one had good storytelling. It had good character development, right? Mm-hmm. It had like something that you could root for them and kind of cheer for them, where the other one was just woke garbage. It was just like, oh, we made this movie just so that we could say we're all female cast. Same thing with Star Wars. Like Star Wars, if you look at the original Star Wars, there was a diverse cast there too. I mean, Lando was dope, and Princess Leia, right? She broke the whole narrative of a princess.
Mm-hmm.
But no, now they have all this woke garbage that's out there, and they're like, oh god, oh why, come on. And it's sad because
you're such a diehard fan of sci-fi
pop culture.
Yeah, pop culture. Yeah. All right, so you lost me halfway through that conversation. By the way, when I came back in,
it's fine. It's fine because the comments are going. So let's go through some of the comments.
I'm gonna go back to the comments.
Go back to the comments. It's okay.
Don't call yourself out, though.
Just go,
yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, you're such a diehard fan.
You're right. Yeah. I love it because I can't really talk pop culture with Lynn. It's like, oh my goodness. I ask her, I'll be like, have you never watched this?
Yeah, maybe. I don't remember it.
We got to, what we got to do? We got to do
she asked about Andrew Schultz, right? And then she said he's a comedian. Super funny. Amazon Prime wanted to edit his comedy special.
Oh, see, you can't do that, man. You
Yeah,
can't put
because
his comedy special out there and then want to edit him.
they didn't like some of his topics in his special, which are controversial. Okay.
And you know what? And unfortunately, Amazon is not going to realize that until like what Netflix did. And see, once again, and this is why Amazon Prime is one of the ones I really hate because they hide under the umbrella of Amazon. So whatever money they pumped into like Amazon Prime and their entertainment, if they lose it, they're gonna make it up through the big company that is Amazon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Netflix tried to go woke, and they felt the pain. They literally felt the pain to the point where last week they just announced that they're gonna start having a version of Netflix where they're gonna have advertisements. Mm-hmm. And I think they partnered with like Microsoft or something so they can know how to feed the right commercials through their cheaper tier, right? So it's like there's a saying, go woke, go broke. And Netflix put out emails to their own, employees saying, hey, look, if you don't like what we're putting out as far as our content, then maybe this is not the company for you. Mm-hmm. And like they literally had to say that because it's like we're losing money. And that's the only way to like for these people to realize that is once they start losing money, once it starts hurting their pockets and their bottom line, especially when they're publicly traded and their stock's going down, it's like people are gonna be like, what's up? What are you doing?
Yeah.
So
another comedian had to like go off and do their like series on their own. Was it Joe Coy? I think I want to say it's Joe Coy that he approached Netflix with his idea, and Netflix turned him down, so he went and did it anyway. Mm-hmm. And now it's like coming to Netflix, like after he went and like produced the whole thing on his own. Now they're finally giving him his time, his star.
It was like this. I mean, it was like this a while ago. Like I remember back when I was listening to Opie and Anthony on the radio and on Sirius XM, and they would have like who's who of comedians coming in. Like they had Louis C.K., they had Patrice O'Neal, right? They had them coming in, and these guys were saying like it's hard to do our comedy because of back then it was too much. Mm-hmm. So these guys would go on, they would create their own websites and they would put their comedy on their own. They would fund their own comedy through the web. And then once they started getting notoriety and started getting, people following them, that's when they started getting like Comedy Central come around and be like, hey, we want to put you on a show, or hey, we want to do this and do that. So that's really now it's more like these comedians who want to be true comedians, they're going to have to do it on their own.
Yeah.
But the good thing is that, listen, we are a connected society. You put that channel out there, you put a snippet of your comedy, like something clean on YouTube, and then say, follow me on my channel, or not on my channel, but on my website. And then you put the full content out there. I feel like more people will go to that because look, we need that. We need comedy. We need that relief. We need laughter. We need happiness. We need that positivity. And you know what? We always say here on the show, comedy has a layer of truth, like some layer of truth that makes it funny. Like you got to laugh at those things. So and again, I feel like true comedians will find it.
We're taking it to the extreme as a society where it's like, oh, even our comedians aren't allowed to say certain things. But what's going on is I feel like most people are okay with comedians, making light of important issues. And I think what's happening is we're once again listening to that 2%. We're listening to the Karens, the people who feel like, oh no, they can't say things like that, when I feel like the majority of society are okay with it.
Yeah, they want
because I'll laugh my ass off.
Because the thing is like if you're going through shit, which most of us in life right now, we're going through shit. You're going to want to go through that with a smile on your face. You want to go through that with knowing somebody else is going through it. You kind of want to laugh at your struggles at times and be like, okay, we got to go through this, right? And that's what comedy is about. You go to a comedy show, just like if you go to a movie, you want to be entertained, right? You don't want to think about, and now somebody says something, somebody's like, boo, you can't say that. It's like, oh my God, here we go. Here comes the woke crowd. Here comes the kid, like you said, a Karen. Oh, here we go. And it's like, we lived it though.
We did. We sure did. My mind went right to it.
And you saw, like in that scenario, you saw how it took away from the comedy. But then
Yeah,
once
so
they removed
Ray, I
her,
have to tell a story. I have to tell a story. Ray randomly like sends me a message like, "Hey, I got extra tickets to a comedy show. Like, invite some friends. Let's go." So I invite two of my girlfriends. We're able to go. So the four of us drive down to the
and
place.
mind you, night and day. They were night and day. Well, they were night and day. Well, go ahead, tell the story.
I hang out with
Polar
different people,
opposites.
different people.
Yeah, they were polar
For the
opposites.
comedy show, we're having a great time. We're having drinks. We're ordering like snacks and stuff. The comedian starts, talking about a certain topic, and the one girl I
Kids.
brought
It
with
was
us,
about kids.
she started heckling. Like
She started heckling him. Yep.
Like, oh my God, like, boo, you shouldn't be allowed. Don't mess with the kids. Yeah. Like she was going in. And she ended up getting kicked out of the club.
Mm-hmm.
And
and then her argument was, oh, you could dish it, but you can't take it.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was like, oh, right? And so then the bouncer came, and they were like, you got to escort her. But here's the catch. She was walking with a cane. So she was like trying to reach out to the table. They were trying to pull her away. She was trying to go to the table. They were trying to get her cane. And finally, they got her cane. And as she was walking away with the bouncer, everybody started going, nah, 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 hey, 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 goodbye. And then we started looking. We started looking, and they were like, "Yo, are you going with her?" And we're like, "No, we're here for the show." And so we're like, I looked at Lynn looked at her friend, I looked at her friend, and we're like,
you guys both looked at me. You guys both looked at me like, "Are we going?" I was like, I mean, we gotta watch the rest of the show. We're not the ones being like in the club, So we stayed.
But let me tell you like how night and day like Lynn's friends was. Her other friend, she was like a sweetheart. She was very like had like such very feminine energy. She was very like she wanted, I remember she was talking about going into IT, and so I was helping her. She was like, oh wow, I didn't think about that. And she was taking notes and everything, and she was asking questions. And she was just a very like nice, like you could tell like she was the one that felt the worst out of everything that was going on because they were night and day. So she was like super embarrassed and everything. I was like, well, I guess this is a Tuesday.
And I did not get up and go with my friend. Like that was on her.
Didn't.
Nobody told her to get
afterwards. I think she took a Uber home, right?
I don't know how she
went
got
around.
Home, but she didn't wait for us. Nope.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Yeah, I don't really talk to her much these days.
So, but now apparently that's comedy clubs nowadays. It's going to that level where it is. Mute yourself. We're hearing your combo.
All right. Yo, you know what? She called me yesterday and I picked up. I was like, hey, I'll call you back. And she called me again right now. I'm like, oh, I forgot to call her back. I had to answer. I had to. All right, let's see. I don't think I pulled up this comment that she said, and I kind of want to give him props too. So she's like, I commend him because he's funny as fuck. He's funny AF, and he stood up to woke media, and it worked out for him. He's already surpassed the amount he paid. He took a chance, and it worked out for him.
And honestly,
that's awesome to hear.
Right, and that's 2 times in this episode that we mentioned of somebody who's going against the woke crowd and they're making money because people are tired of it. People are tired of being told to feel guilty for a certain thing, especially stuff that we didn't do, stuff that we didn't live through. It's like, listen, we're living through times now. We're struggling now. I don't want to hear this stuff. And anybody who's willing to come out and be authentic to themselves and say, I don't care about the woke narrative. I'm going to go against it. I'm not even going, I see these people are making it, not even going against the woke narrative. They're saying, I'm going to be authentic. I want to put out this product. And if it goes against the woke or the woke people don't like it, tough. I'm not changing. I'm not backing down. This is what I'm putting out. I want to entertain. And they're making it. And I applaud that. I applaud that because you know what? Don't get bullied. And that's what these people are. All these isms, feminism, BLM, all these isms are freaking, they're bullies. They're bullying you. They got what they wanted, and they're going to keep bullying you until you think the way they want you to think. And we're individuals. We're all individual people. We all have our different mindsets, and we can gravitate to certain things that we like. We can resonate and we can vibe with certain things. And comedy is one of them. Entertainment, comics, pop culture, that's another. Music is another. I know a lot of people who are just going against the industry and they're just making their own music and they're putting it out on their own. And they're making it. And that's great. I love hearing that. That's motivating.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the movements we see, they're just cause for division. It's just something else to say, oh, well, I'm on this side of it. And what we need right now is more reasons for unity. We need more reasons to come together.
Yeah. And the one thing that scares me, and this is the really sad thing about this whole woke thing, is like a lot of people are like staying quiet because they're like, oh, I don't want to deal with it, or I don't want the, I just want to live my life. I don't want to deal with the whole, if I speak up, the backlash of it. So there's a silent majority of people who are not agreeing with it, but they're just going with it because they don't want to speak up because they don't want to deal with the backlash of it. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, no, now's the time for us to take our culture back.
Yeah, you have to be the change agent. You have to be the one that steps up.
Right. We got to step up. Mm-hmm. And if you think about it, especially with
what's crazy is once you do, you'll be surprised at how many people feel the same way.
Right. It is. And if you think about it, this has been history like from the get-go. Think about the people who created the stuff that we love, the passion, like Star Wars. Think George Lucas, if he worried about what people thought about him or what they thought about Star Wars, he would have created it? No, he would have been self-conscious. No, he said, fuck this. I want to create Star Wars. This is my story. I want to tell it. And he told it. And it's epic. Think about like Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle walked away from a multi-million-dollar comedy show that was the Dave Chappelle show. And he was like, no, this is not what I want to do. I want to find myself. So he left. He went to Africa. He came back, and he's hitting out of the ballpark. Mm-hmm. And he's pissing them all off. But Netflix is the only thing they got. He's like, no, don't leave, Dave. Please don't leave. We'll tell him to go fuck off. We'll tell him, listen, Dave, don't leave. Dave, please. I love it. I love seeing it because it's like, listen, stand by your ground, Yeah. If this is what you believe in, stand by it.
Nobody's saying
it's brainwashing people. Yes.
Brainwashing people.
Yeah, and that's why we had the episode of Are You in a Cult?
Yeah. Because when you're seeing the same ideas like replayed to you over and over and over again with like different characters in different movies and different, shows, it's normalizing in your mind. It's making you feel like that is reality. Whatever it is that you're, consuming, because it's all content. Whatever you're choosing to consume, that's, that becomes your reality. That's what you start to see around you. Nowadays, podcasts are better than the news channels. That's true. Because you know what? It's more people like you and me who are, they're passionate about something and they're like, you know what? I'm going to go and I'm going to speak my voice. I'm going to use my voice.
Right. And that's exactly what what I was going to say is that right now, anything independent is going to be a lot more better than what the current, whatever the current thing is. Like for me, true Star Wars is through like the fan films on YouTube because they're just so passionate about, the project. Same thing with like the news. I find that shit on YouTube. I go through independent sources because they're passionate about being a journalist, right? Same thing with like everything out there. The second you find somebody who's still passionate and they're independent, Joe Rogan, exactly. And listen, he's killing it. They tried canceling him, and he's another one where what's the platform he's on? I'm drawing a blank right now. Shit, I can't think of the platform.
You need to acknowledge this one.
I hope so. We're not there yet, but we're going against it. I hope so. Thank you, and nobody. Thank you. That means a lot. We're gonna keep doing it. We're gonna keep doing it because. Existence. But you see, that's my motivation. When I see somebody like Joe Rogan or Tim Pool or even Opie and Anthony back in the day, because people are telling them, "Oh my God, they can't say this shit," and they got XM radio fucking backing them up. When I see things like that, then I'm like, "Yo, if I want to talk about this, we're gonna talk about it." And of course, when I see my mother and nobody tells her anything, I'm like, okay, no censor, no filter. But it's like when you see somebody who's passionate about something and they're independent, it's going to be a lot better than the common whatever you see out there. 10 times better than CNN, 10 times better than Netflix, 10 times better than freaking Marvel, DC, whatever it is, because they're going to have passion for it. They're going to have passion for their project. And yeah, they might be rough around the edges. Like these fan films, you know, they don't have the budget. But you know what? The story is good. The story is solid. And that to me, that resonates more to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Joe Rogan, man. That guy, I love Joe, man. He says it like how he sees it. That's great. And they're trying to cancel him for that because he doesn't want to buy into their narratives. He doesn't. And not only is Joe Rogan like, listen, Spotify knows that they got to stand by him because he's making money, right? He's like the #1 thing on their channel right now. So they're going to stand by him. He falls, they're going to like drop him. But the one who stood by him is the UFC.
Mm-hmm.
Like their CEO, like that dude is straight up alpha. He was like, I don't care what any of y'all say. I know Joe. Joe's a good dude, and I'm gonna stand by him 100%. And that's how that you got to stand by people's character. That is amazing. Hey,
welcome to the stream.
I love it. I got family. I got old family. I got new family. I got everything, man.
Mm-hmm.
What could I ask for? Look at that. I'm so blessed. I'm so happy. So blessed.
Yeah.
Yo, we gotta do a road trip. When we gonna do a road trip? Go see our family. Our extended family.
That's a far road trip. That's like
it is.
Baby steps.
But you break it up. You break it up. I'm telling you, you go to like we go to Maryland for a little bit.
Oh my god.
18 days in the car. Oh god. Lynn could never live in a car, man. She could never be in a van life. She could never do that, man. Like I'm telling you, me and I would love to come to Russia. I don't know if I can come back.
Invite. Let's go.
I would love to go to Russia. I don't know if I could come back though. I'll be an enemy of the state. He even said it on YouTube. Look what he was talking about.
That's like going to Cuba.
Seriously, well, didn't they open up Cuba?
Only for a bit.
And now we could go there.
No, it was for a
short.
Did
they close it back down?
Mm-hmm.
They closed it back down. Oh, unfortunate, man. I would love to go to all these places. You know, one of the person who really like inspired me with all that was Anthony Bourdain. You remember that chef? That he took it. Unfortunately, he took his own life. But he was all about finding food, and then his show blew up because he was such a cool and humble dude that was going to all these places, and he was taking in the culture and taking in the food, and he was doing that through food, right? So, and that's what people want to see. Like we don't want to feel like we're isolated or we're not. No, we want to know that we're all connected.
Yeah.
I think that's why we resonate with so many people around the world, because it's like we just laugh and we're having a good time, and we're not saying, oh, you can't talk to us. You're Russian. How dare you? You have invaded Ukraine. Fuck that noise. I don't want to hear that shit. It's like, yo, you guys are vibing with me. You're cool. Let's tell jokes. Let's have a good time.
Yeah.
This show is so gonna get banned with so many cursing. I'm saying it like how I feel it though, man. That's how I feel, man.
Ray, do you have any closing remarks before we close out the show today?
Oh my God,
time flew by. No. That's it. We just hit our mark.
Listen, hold up. We got our cuz. Does our cuz got anything he wants to say? Anything he wants to throw out there? He just joined us, and we're gonna like drop in the last 5 minutes.
Okay, so we'll keep going then. We'll continue the stream.
Just to see if he wants to say anything.
Just for you, cuzzo.
He wants to contribute. Yeah, you know, I want to show love. Listen, I want to show love to everybody. If I could, I would stream like forever.
He's like, I just got here.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Family reunion, and you want to shut it down.
All right.
Like, keep it moving. I got things to do. She's like, I gotta go to Walmart. I gotta do my Walmart
light flashing in the corner, like 5 minutes. Look, I'm down to 2 minutes.
Yeah. I just got here. Quick, you can only say everything you gotta say. Put it in one comment. Hurry up, cuzzo.
Ray, you're such a bully.
Listen, if we are closing, my closing remarks is all I gotta say is thank you so much, guys. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Thank you for putting in the comments what we forget to say. We're starting, we're doing our thing. We're just on here figuring this thing out as we go along. And it's really heartwarming to see people, seeing familiar faces, seeing the comments go by so fast. And like I said, I'm just a guy on the internet. You know, me and my sister, we're just people on the internet. We've been blessed with an amazing family, and we want to share that blessing with the rest of the world. I know, like, I talk about taboo things. I know sometimes I say things that are controversial in the comments, and there's like debates going back and forth and all that. But everything I do in my life right now at this point, I do it with good intentions. I do it with good intentions for my kids, and I do this with good intentions with you guys. Like, honestly, I genuinely want to help people. I really do. That's why I know, like, people talked about it on here. We talked about IT stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I get excited, and I nerd out. And I know we talk about, you know, pop culture, and once again, I nerd out. But everything I do it with love, and I really want to say sincerely from the bottom of my heart, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much, guys. And I hope I don't change. I hope I stay, you know, consistent with that message, as far as like just very in awe with the fact that people really do want to ride with this. Like, this channel really resonates. And, you know, if we grow, so be it. But right now, I'm just humbled and happy with everything we got right now. It's amazing. It's amazing. Because, you know, you put yourself out on the internet, and you don't know what you're gonna get. You could get some trolls, and we've gotten trolls, and we had conversations with them. Like, we flipped them, we turned them, right? We had that a few times. I don't know if they've come back, or if they, you know, they still watching, they shadow watching, or whatever. But, you know, I like that, because it's like, listen, you got somebody who's being negative, and you give them a little positivity, give them a little love, and they just like a flower. They grow, and they're like, oh, what is this? They're like the Grinch. His heart grew 3 times the size.
Oh, no, man. Like I tried walking away, and I couldn't. Like, I was just listening to what you were saying, because like your message just resonated with me. I'm just like, oh man, Ray, yeah, just share it, you know?
Because this is how I feel. I'm saying, like, I'm calling like I see it. Like, I really do love this. And you know, it took me a long time to get to a point where in my life where I could take in, like we said earlier at the beginning of the show, not just be materialistic. You know, I lived that life. You know, I was 25. I was making the money. I was chasing after the cars. You know, I was chasing after the clubbing, the women, you know, the apartment, all that stuff. I was chasing all that after all that stuff. And now later in my life, you know, I've come to a clarity where it's like, it's more of the interactions, you know, go out there, say hello to somebody, you know, ask them how their day doing, have a conversation, make new friends. Don't be like Drake. Drake's like, no new friends. No, make new friends. Make them. Oh, thank you guys. I love the comments, bro. I'm motivated for you guys. I'm motivated for you guys, man. Yeah, I love the love. I love it. Let's just keep us humble. Don't let our egos get inflated. Don't let me get a big head. I already got a big head in real, like, physical. I don't need a big like.
Oh, you scared our cousin off the show, man. He was like, I'm on lunch break, but I gotta go back to work now.
Oh, no. Thank you, cuz. We'll hope to see you. We'll come back on Thursday. Hope you can see you on Thursday and grow this together with us, you know? Because listen, another thing too, I'd like to have a platform where I could give shout outs. Because listen, we know we're starting out. It's hard to struggle. I want to give out shout outs, man. I want to tell, like, yo, go listen. If you come onto the show and we like, yo, I like your message, I want to shout you out, and I want to help you grow, because you know what? We are developing the new culture. Where the counterculture is the new culture, right? We're tired of it, and so we're trying to grow stuff. And I'm going to be excited to see the fan art, man. Like, when there's an artist who draws us and stuff, I want to put that like as our thumbnail, as our screen, whatever, all that stuff. Lynn knows all that stuff. What I'm trying to say, lady, Lynn does all the behind the scenes.
We'll drop a link. We'll drop a link down below. That's what they always say in the video. It's like, oh, the link below. The link will be in below in the description.
For real, my head is huge,
quite large.
It's freaking 9 head. Look at all the lines I got there. It's like freaking. My head's on another level.
You have its own gravitational pull. You have a larger than normal brain, so you just need like a bigger case.
I do.
To, like, hold it
I
in
do.
here.
Yeah, I do. I got a bigger. I feel like, you know what my head was for? It's for like headbutting people. That's what I was meant for. I was born like my ancestors. That's how we fought. We were just headbutting people. That's what we were doing. Yo, you gotta love. You listen. You gotta laugh at yourself. You gotta build that. That's how you build your self-esteem. That's how you build your character. It's like we all unique. We all got things that we can laugh about. But we also, we also gotta be able to. That's how we bond. I learned that in the military. Like we were all coming. We were making fun of each other's accents. This is just how we. It was fun. And like in the military, when I was in the Marines, they used to be like, look, we don't see colors here. We see green. That's all we see. We all got camis and we all see green. And it was funny too because one of the guys was like, well, which one was it? Like, well, it was the dark green guy. But I love it. This was a great show. It was a great episode.
It really was. I really loved the whole the aura and the vibe that we had going
the vibe, on. Yeah. Listen, this is like a high for me. I walk away from here and I'm just buzzing the whole day, man.
That's awesome.
Especially the weekend, the Thursday show. It's great for the whole weekend. I'm just feeling that buzz. I'm like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, and I hope that you, our viewers, are getting that same energy and you're carrying it with you throughout your day, throughout your week. And I hope it's helping you kind of like change that mindset that you have, and it's helping you pay attention to the little things and be grateful for the little things.
Because I know a lot of people, they suffering through like anxiety, depression. Excuse me. They're suffering, through their day-to-day lives, and I'm hoping that they can come on here and just by laughing and building that positivity, they can find their inner strength and hopefully address some of those issues.
Yeah.
Because life sucks, man. Life sucks. So you gotta laugh through it, man. No matter who you are, no matter what they try to make you believe, life sucks, man. And and then once you're done, what is it? You're dead. So you just live through it and enjoy it. Find the power, laugh, and make the most of it. And then once you count your blessings, that's when you realize, man, I'm blessed. Life is good.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, stay blessed, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Love you guys.